What up, FTMTelevision? This is Sammy, and this week's topic is war. Happy 11/11/11. War. I have a lot of opinions about that, about war and the meanings of war and what wars are currently going on. I have a sister in Iraq right now, and while I think that whole war is bullshit, yeah, anyway, I'm personally affected by it because, like I said, my sister, my only sibling, is in Iraq right now. Has been in Iraq for like the last year, and yeah, I feel like war is a tool for people to be able to make money, be able to manipulate people into making money for them, which I feel like the war in Iraq has done. And then we talk about the military, and the military reaches out to mainly poor people and people of color. Yeah, and now the queers, as a way for the 1% to be able to fund globalization, global colonization, and other things. So yeah, I have a lot of opinions about it. I don't know how much detail I'm going to go into this video, because I could just rant on and on about it. There are definitely a lot of wars going on. The war on drugs. I feel like this country has a really strong war against the poor, a war against the homeless going on. You see that in a lot of different cities as like busking laws or panhandling laws or camping laws, like you can't sleep in parks or whatever. And that's a way for people to criminalize you for not having money. Even like a lot of cities will have busking laws where you have to pay money to get a permit, and it's like people who don't have money in the first place can't afford to buy a permit. So yeah, there's that. War on drugs, which I feel like is a joke, especially since like the government, it's like the government introduced crack cocaine into like the ghettos, or places where low income people of color lived, and yeah, so I definitely believe most wars are fabricated by the establishment, and are ways for people to make money. It's for the 1% to even get richer. I mean, you look at the prison system, and the prison system has pretty much replaced slavery. Slavery is now outlawed, yet you can get sent to prison and work, and you're forced to work on pennies to the dollar. And people might disagree with me, but I've been to prison. I've been to prison twice. If you refuse a job placement, if you refuse to work wherever they tell you to work, they put you in segregation, which is shitty. And like I said, you work on pennies on the dollar. The first time I was in prison, I did firefighting, and I got paid 62 cents an hour to do it, risking my life. Yeah, and only got paid 62 cents an hour, which in the prison system, I was making bank. Anytime that I was out on a fire, I'd make $1 an hour, compared to firefighters who, on like a minimum can make, $18 an hour. I was getting paid $1 an hour on fires. So yeah, granted, I enjoyed what I did, but risking my life for $1 an hour was kind of atrocious. And then the last time I was in prison, I was given a job in the kitchen, and I made 42 cents an hour. And the maximum money you can make at a job in prison is $55 a month. So you can't make more than $55 a month, unless you do a special job like CI, Correctional Industries, or if you do firefighting or do anything like that, then you can make more than $55 a month. But those jobs make the prison system a lot more money. and talk about how like the prison system is all privatized as well and not owned by the states. Instead, they're owned by private corporations. Yeah, so yeah, lots of wars going on where the people affected end up just being slaves for private corporations. Yeah, so I currently am involved in the Occupy movements. I'm home right now. All my shit got blown down. We just had a windstorm, so my tents and my structure that I'd built has blown down. I'm gonna go back tomorrow morning and fix it. I'm a little frustrated about all of it, and I'm sick too. But that itself, I consider it to be a war. It's the people fighting back against the people in power. Well, I guess you call that a revolution. I don't know if that necessarily means a war, but it to me is. And some people say that's in response to the class war that's going on. I definitely feel like there is a class war that's going on in this country. I think it's has to do with like all the wars, race wars, class wars, drug wars, all that shit affects what's going on. And like the overall message, it's like it's like these people in power like dictate what are the laws, what laws are gonna be, what is the say in this country, and heavily influence who's elected, who our government officials are. And I know that people are going to argue and be like, oh, I have a voice, but in reality, I think most people don't realize that we don't have a voice. Like me or you or anybody else, we don't have the option to just like stand up and like start running for an elective position in our government, even though we may be told we have that choice. But in reality, it's like if you don't have the money to do it, you don't get to. So, which is kind of fucked up. But I'm getting off topic now, so I'm gonna end this video. I think that there's a lot of wars going on. I think they are orchestrated by the people in power to bring themselves more power and more money, and I think they're all bullshit. So that's my personal opinion on it, and yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, and I hope you guys have a good evening. Bye.